Right now, a former Dane County deputy is charged, accused of fabricating an incident that caused a major panic last fall. Plus, another new plan for the Dane County Jail. But will this proposal fall within budget? We'll have a closer look. And new information about the shooting at Six Flags Great America last night. One of the victims from Wisconsin. You're watching News 3 Now at 6. And thanks for joining us tonight. We begin with a developing story. You may remember the Dane County deputy who was fired last year after being accused of fabricating an attack at Fesky County Park in Cross Plains in October. Well, as of today, that former deputy has now been charged. Sarah Borch-Rodriguez, charged with resisting and obstructing an officer. She was fired last November after an internal investigation determined that she may have been intoxicated when she fired her weapon and lied about the events of that incident. Last October, Borch-Rodriguez went to the park saying she was investigating a suspicious person. She says when she got out and approached them, she was stabbed. She told investigators she then fired her weapon but didn't know if anyone was hit. That area was locked down for hours. Nearby schools were even put on lockdown the following day. But in the next month, investigators learned she made the story up and was then fired. Once again, a new Dane County plan to replace the jail will drive up its price tag, according to some county leaders. Naomi Coles obtained an internal memo sent to the board showing the project's construction company warned about another increase under this latest proposal. And she joins us now with more. Naomi?
Eric, the jail replacement project got delayed over and over in the last few years, and each time it gets pricier. So backtrack to 2017. A 4-floor, $75 million facility plan that was first approved. Then in 2019, that county scrapped that plan because of structural issues for a $148 million plan, which got delayed until ballooning construction costs then hit $190 million. So in March this year, the county approved a scaled-down 6-floor plan at $166 million. But again, costs have increased another $10 million. Now, the county will vote this week on a newer plan from the Black Caucus introduced earlier this month. It's that latest plan which the memo warned could drive up the price tag yet again because it would set them months behind in the design process. The construction company said some of the costs could go up by 6 to 8% next year while waiting, and that estimate could be higher or lower. It all depends on the economy.
We really need to lock into a design and stick with it. And once we determine what that is, we really need to move forward without any further delays and redesigns. It needs to move quickly. Construction right now is very volatile, and it's very difficult to get these numbers and to get contractors to hold numbers for a long time.
This continues what's become a years-long battle on the county board over replacing the outdated city-county building jail, which the sheriff contends is old and inhumane. It's unclear whether the board this week will abandon the current plan from March in favor of this newer scaled-down proposal after a committee last week recommended that they reject this new idea. This comes as the county board continues to delay a decision on approving that $10 million needed for the current plan. That's something that officials are pushing to go to referendum this November.
Naomi, thank you. Madison police have identified the victim of a deadly shooting on Northport Drive. 35-year-old Corey Mitchell was shot Friday night following an altercation and died at the scene. Just a few hours later, a different man was stabbed less than 4 miles away on Mayfair. And that victim was taken to the hospital where he later died. And Police Chief Sean Barnes says while the two homicides were unrelated, their proximity to one another does offer some insight.
It does tell us that, we have more work to do here in Madison. We have some more work to do around interpersonal violence, and we have some work to do around how we respond to those persons who are in crisis.
Police also responded to a third incident Sunday at Picnic Point where shots were fired. There were no reported injuries. We're learning more about the shooting last night at Six Flags Great America in Gurnee, Illinois. One of the 3 people who was shot there is from Wisconsin. They say the 19-year-old was from Appleton. She suffered a non-life-threatening gunshot wound to the lower leg. Another victim, a 17-year-old from Aurora, Illinois, was shot in the upper thigh. A third person suffered a graze wound. Police say this was a targeted act that happened outside of the park. An ongoing investigation in Juneau County tonight after a man's body was pulled from a river. The body of 55-year-old Glenn Erickson from New Lisbon was found yesterday afternoon in the Lemon Weir River. Deputies did not share any information about the circumstances surrounding the death, only saying it's still under investigation. And in Milwaukee, crews will be installing fencing around the Kinnickinnick River drainage canal. That's where 3 people lost their lives earlier this summer. A 10-year-old boy swept away by the fast-moving water in June when he was trying to retrieve a ball. His father and neighbor also drowned while trying to save him. The Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewerage District says it plans to put up 4 miles of fencing along the concrete-lined waterway along with signs telling people to stay away. And the governor of West Virginia has declared a state of emergency in 2 counties there that were hit by torrential rains early this morning. 2 to 5 inches of rain that fell in Kanawha and Fayette counties in West Virginia resulted in flash flooding, uprooting trees, washing away roads and bridges. Some people living in low-lying areas had to be rescued by boats, and officials are warning more rain is expected into the evening hours. Well, let's get a look at our forecast now. Here is meteorologist Julian Seawright. Julian?
Well, the good news is we're not expecting any rain, especially as we head into tonight. But the thing is the cloud cover that we've had. Not a lot of sunshine for today, but we are starting to see improvements in terms of sunshine as we get into the later part of our evening. And some cloud cover is starting to break just a bit as we continue the rest of our nights. Now, as we take a look at what we're seeing outside of that, though, right now here in Madison, we have a shot of the Capitol. You can see the sun beaming off of the Capitol as of right now, but our almanac for today, well, our high was 77 degrees for us, 3 degrees below our normal, which is around 80 degrees this time of year, and it felt great throughout the course of the day, not just here in Madison, but throughout much of southern Wisconsin. Going into tonight, as of right now, currently 73 in Janesville with 72 in Platteville, and many of us into the middle and lower 70s as we're kicking off the rest of our evening, and dew points aren't too bad either. We can feel a little bit of humidity, but overall, it's still close to being pretty comfortable as we get into tonight. Now, some showers have developed thanks to that lake breeze boundary that has developed. A couple of pop-up showers just east of Dane County could try to start to leak its way across I-39, but outside of it, nothing to be interrupting our evening hours is going to be expected for us. But we'll take a look at how long we're going to be dealing with this nice weather in just a few moments. Until then, back to you, Eric.
Julian, thank you. Dane County's COVID-19 community spread level has returned to the high level. That's according to the CDC, and that means residents are once again encouraged to wear a mask while indoors in public and stay up to date on vaccinations. The community level also high in Rock, Sauk, Richland, Marquette, and Columbia counties. City of Madison continuing with its Vision Zero plan to reduce injuries on our roads. Starting today, another major thoroughfare being impacted. A section of John Nolan from North Shore Drive to East Lakeside Street will see a speed reduction from 45 to 35 miles per hour. That segment of John Nolan will also receive roadway improvements as part of a planned reconstruction in 2026. That's according to the city. Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway says, quote, lowering speed limits and redesigning streets to support safer driving is critical to ending serious and fatal crashes on our city streets. And looking ahead, there are more streets scheduled for speed reductions in 2022 as well. And those include Mineral Point Road, Old Sauk Road, Portage Road, and Seago Road. Anytime more than 20,000 people move in and out of their homes in the course of just a few days, a big mess is bound to follow. City of Madison, the UW-Madison, and a nonprofit are working together to clean the mess left behind. Andrew Banstra spoke with the folks involved, hoping to keep what ends up in a landfill to a minimum. Andrew?
Eric, some leases turn over on August 1st, but most UW students transition in and out of their homes this week. We told you about those 20,000 students, the equivalent of the entire city of Middleton, just up and leaving. It leaves behind quite the mess, typically along the curbs. Instead of ditching your items on the curb, Goodwill wants you to donate. They put donation boxes in each UW dorm, encouraging students to turn their trash into treasure.
And for the first 2 weeks of August, we've picked up 6,000 pounds of materials. So that's 6,000 pounds that has stayed out of landfills.
UW also has its own sustainability move-out concept. That was created last year, and that year the school kept out 162 microwaves and 9,000 pounds of carpet out of the landfill. The city streets department picked up an estimated 1 million pounds of trash left on the curb, and their crews are working around the clock to clean the streets by this weekend. After the 19th, the city returns to appointment-only pickups for large items. Moving is a messy business, but instead of letting the landfills fill, the next time you move, UW recommends taking an inventory of the items you do need and donating the rest. Eric?
Andrew, thank you. It's still ahead at 6. Family Happy Hour. Tell you about this new concept at the Madison Children's Museum, plus an iconic Packers tailgate bus. It's up for sale. Tell you how much it's going for when we come back.
Attention homeowners, we started with 50. Now we're looking for 30 homeowners who need a kitchen upgrade. Mad City is Wisconsin's #1 remodeler, your trusted local source for kitchen cabinet refacing. Avoid a lengthy remodel, stay under budget, and transform your kitchen in as little as 2 days with new door and drawer fronts in colors like Cascade White or Summer Flame, scratch and stain resistant for long-lasting beauty. Be one of 30 homeowners who call now and receive special savings, free installation on your cabinet refacing project. 18 months, no interest, no payments. Senior and military discounts. We'll take before and after pictures and compensate you for your time. Call during this program for a free $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call with zip code and location to qualify. Dial 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
Ugh-stipated. Feeling weighed down by a backed up gut. Miralax is different. It works naturally with the water in your body to unblock your gut. Free your gut and your mood will follow.
If Tim Michels is governor, here's what reproductive health care would look like in Wisconsin. Providing abortions? A felony. Exceptions in cases of rape or incest? None. Here's what Michels says to Wisconsin women who get pregnant after being raped. To ask her to go through the birth is not unreasonable. Tim Michels is a radical and divisive politician coming for your rights. Wisconsin women deserve better. Vote no on Tim Michels.
I had no idea laughter could be a part of my healing after Joe died. But with the Grace's Grief support, I found hope, friends, and the strength to move forward.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. Parents will have a new opportunity to meet other local families this week with a first-of-its-kind event. The Madison Children's Museum hosting a new event. It's called Family Happy Hour. As the name suggests, there will be some adult beverages for the parents and plenty of snacks and age-appropriate drinks for kids as well. It'll be held outdoors at the museum's new Wonderground play area, an area currently under construction, but it'll be cleaned up by Friday for families to enjoy that space.
There'll be lots of fun activities for the kids. Grown-ups can come with their friends and socialize. We'll have grown-up and child beverages and treats available.
The event running from 5 to 8 p.m. Tickets $7 and can be purchased through the museum's website. We'll have a link at channel3000.com. Going to college in Wisconsin just got much more affordable for certain families. The UW system announcing the Wisconsin tuition promise for all 12 of its 4-year satellite schools. Upwards of 8,000 eligible students will receive an average of $4,500 for 4 years, covering tuition and fees. Families need to earn $62,000 a year or less. It's modeled around UW-Madison's Bucky's Promise program. At UW-Whitewater, the interim chancellor estimates about a quarter of the school's approximately 11,000 students will be eligible for this program.
We're hoping that obviously it'll attract new students, but it'll also get students through the entire program. So I think it's meeting a lot of particular gaps that we've seen over the years, and in particular then what we're hearing from the businesses in Wisconsin in terms of getting more graduates.
That program will begin next fall with the UW system paying for the first year of it. And the system hopes the state provides funding for the other 3 years. To find out if you're eligible and learn more about it, visit the website wisconsin.edu. A Green Bay Packers superfan is selling his Packers party bus. It's named the Big Cheese. The bus, an asking price of $14,000, seats more than a dozen people. It has a bar, a built-in cooler, a restroom. The owner, Jason Mercier, whose game day nickname is King of the North, describes it as a mobile man cave. He bought the bus last year from a pair of fans who used it for tailgates for about a quarter century. He's selling it now because he wants to focus on some college money for his son. And still ahead tonight, we'll take a look at a new local youth camp, getting a behind-the-scenes look at police work, plus taking home the gold, the story of a Portage Special Olympics athlete. And later, Julian Seawright will rejoin us with a complete look at your forecast for the rest of the work week. Stay with us.
If you're tired of your old kitchen and ready for an update, call Mad City Kitchens. Change the entire look of your kitchen in as little as 2 days. From cabinet refacing with soft closed doors and drawers to a new sink and countertops. Now, 30 homeowners will save with free installation on a cabinet refacing project. 18 months, no interest and no payments. Plus, we'll compensate you for your time. Call during this program for a free $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate.
It's Steinhoffel's Labor Day mattress sale. Steinhafels has the largest selection of all the best mattress brands at the best prices. And during Steinhafels Labor Day mattress sale, you can get a Tempur-Pedic Queen mattress starting at just $22.49, or a Beauty Rest Black Queen mattress starting at just $20.99. With Steinhafels 60-month zero-interest financing, your new mattress just got more affordable. Isn't it time you got a good night's sleep? Relax, it's Steinhafels.
Is this the new phone?
Yeah. With US Cellular, I got to pick any phone that I wanted for free. And I was already a customer.
Any brand? With any size?
Mm-hmm. I got exactly what I wanted. Big screen, big storage. I cannot remember the last time I had so many different options.
At US Cellular, new and current customers can get any phone from any brand free.
Are you actually texting them?
I don't know. I just thought I would just...
US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Everything here is American made.
But it's tough competing with China.
And Ron Johnson's making it tougher. Johnson pushed for special tax breaks for outsourcing corporations.
But voted against tariffs and sanctions on China's unfair trade practices.
And when Johnson's big corporate PAC donor announced plans to create jobs outside Wisconsin, he defended them.
It's not like we don't have enough jobs here in Wisconsin. The biggest problem.
Senator Johnson, stop making it tougher on us.
Perfect your home's curb appeal with the 11% off everything at Menards. Dutch Boy Max Bond exterior paint and primer in one provides superior adhesion to chalky, dirty, glossy, or previously painted surfaces. A gallon of exterior paint is $44.94 after 11% off. Works tools make it easy to maintain your yard. This 20-volt cordless trimmer and edger includes 2 batteries for extended runtime and is only $94.99 after 11% rebate now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. Watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. A pretty cool opportunity for local students to get a behind-the-scenes look at law enforcement. Today was the first day of a week-long Summer Youth Academy hosted by local law enforcement agencies, and organizers say it's not only a great way to learn about the different elements in law enforcement, but also a way to build relationships with local students.
This is the first year we've ever done a youth academy, so want to let, again, open it up to a younger crowd to see what we do every day.
Now, in addition to law enforcement, attendees will also have one day where they get to learn about the EMS services and one day to be with the fire department as well. There are always those unforgettable moments when we watch our favorite athlete or sports team. Well, you can add this one too. A Special Olympics athlete representing Wisconsin in the USA Games last month. Despite losing his goggles just 3 strokes into the race, Steve Woodard from Portage took home gold. Julia Fellow from our news partners in Milwaukee reports.
Hard work paid off with a gold medal around Steve Woodard's neck for the 50-meter breaststroke.
Even people from other states said that was a good race. That's how you make friendships. I met a lot of friendships from that race, and it's fantastic.
And it's an understatement to say his parents watching on were elated.
Oh, about as proud as anybody can get in this world right now, especially when it's your own son. Just go, yeah!
A picture of him during the swim spread like wildfire. Special Olympics Wisconsin captioned it, "The Goggle Mustache."
As soon as they popped off, I'm like, oh no, all this training, it's gonna happen.
That was from teaching them that that's what they had to do as swimmers. They could not stop. Now, we still got to get those legs up.
Coach Michelle Walhood believes the true purpose of her role goes much deeper than the intense practices.
Here, we are a family. We watch out for each other, even out in the community.
It helps with my disability, helping by speaking skills, staying on task. It helps boost confidence when you're including in a group.
As for those infamous goggles, Steve says they are officially retired and gifted them to me, along with an autographed swim cap.
You know, Special Olympics is about inclusion. And thank you, TMJ, and you guys for doing this.
Great Great job, Steve. It's time now for a look at your certified most accurate forecast. You can still feel some summer warmth for the work week, Julian?
Yeah, and it's going to feel pretty good, though. This is the good kind of summer warmth for us. Not very humid, and the temperatures will be into the middle and upper 70s. As we kick off the rest of our evening, we're going to start to see just a couple of pop-up showers, mainly northwest of Madison. This is developed from a lake breeze boundary. That's why mainly just this southeastern corridor of southern Wisconsin has really seen any kind of rain or precipitation at all over the last couple of hours. Outside of that, though, we are watching a system that is impacting our friends in Iowa, but it's going to continue to track itself southeast as we have a high pressure system, which is going to keep things rather dry into the upper Midwest. So we're not going to be seeing, aside from a couple of pop-up showers for certain areas, much in terms of precipitation for the near future. Going into tonight, it's 58 degrees for us, and the cloud cover that we're seeing as of right now is going to start to break up even more so. Starry night is going to be on the forecast for us as we hit in the overnight hours, and on top of it, going into tomorrow, more sunshine is going to be on tap. Taking a look at what we're seeing again, we have the high pressure system which is settled in, but we have a stationary frontal boundary which is filled in just a couple of isolated showers or even storms into the far northern areas of Wisconsin, but we're not going to be seeing much in terms of that precipitation even reaching us here in southern Wisconsin. And the good news is also too, from that system that's bringing in the rain from Iowa, yes, it's bringing in cloud cover, but that's all going to start to funnel itself out by the time we get into the overnight hours. Temperatures will drop by the time we get into midnight into those 60s for us here in southern Wisconsin and for Madison in itself. Waking up tomorrow morning, we're going to have a great morning. Dew points will be rather low, and on top of it, we're going to see our temperatures from Madison to Boscobel and Lone Rock, and even for Janesville into the upper 50s and the low 60s towards Platteville. Going into our lunchtime hour, some cloud cover may build, but sunshine's still going to be right there, and we'll see middle 70s for many of us here in southern Wisconsin, especially for Madison. As we go into our evening commute, could see a small little burst just outside of the dells of some showers, but overall, we're not going to be looking at much in terms of precipitation going into tomorrow and transitioning into our Wednesday. It is going to be more or less the same of just calm, comfortable, and quiet. And as we get into what we could potentially see from any of those little small bursts of showers, less than 1/10 of an inch. It's not even going to be measurable, very trace amounts. And we're not going to be seeing much in terms of rainfall until we get into our Friday afternoon and evening and heading into this weekend, which could interrupt some plans for us. We're going to be more on the disruptive side as we get towards the back end of the work week, because we do have sports and we do have plenty of activities going into the weekend that people need to be prepared for. So on top of that, it's going to be great throughout the week, but just notes from Friday to Sunday, yes, we could see a need to bring out our rain gear, especially if you're going to be heading out to Friday Night Football, which is going to be kicking off this Friday. And that's going to be the greatest segue I'm going to have to give to you, Zach. So what's coming up?
I don't like that Friday forecast. Coming up in sports, the polls are out ahead of the college football and volleyball seasons, where Paul Chryst and Kelly Sheffield's squad sit entering their 2022 campaigns. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Attention homeowners, don't miss this opportunity. 30 homeowners will receive special savings on cabinet refacing from Mad City Kitchens. Our design consultants make it fun and easy to choose from dozens of color and style combinations, plus new hardware for a custom look. Surfaces are durable and low maintenance. Add soft close doors and drawers, countertops, and a new sink, installed in as little as 2 days, backed with a lifetime warranty. Time's running out. 30 homeowners who call now will receive free installation on a cabinet refacing project. 18 months, no interest and no payments. Senior and military discounts. We'll take before and after pictures and compensate you for your time. Last chance to call during this program for a free $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call with zip code and location to qualify. Dial 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
Cookies and Briars. That's like getting 2 desserts. Wait, do we have to thank our moms twice? I don't know.
Briars, 100% grade A milk and cream and loaded with delicious cookie pieces. Better starts with Briars.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us, Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Donate today.
I love this state. Knock on any door in any county, and you'll find good-hearted, hard-working folks. People whose businesses I proudly helped as Lieutenant Governor. Hard work needs to be respected again, with fair wages and opportunities to get ahead. That's how my parents opened doors for me. My mom was a teacher and my dad worked third shift. I'm not one of these millionaires. I work just as hard for you as you work for your family. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Imagine a world without breast cancer. What if you were the one more we needed to raise one more dollar, take one more step, share one more story? The power of one starts with you. Join us for the More Than Pink Walk, August 28th.
For the 12th time in the last 13 seasons, Wisconsin will begin the year ranked in the AP Top 25. The Badgers sit 18th in the preseason poll and are one of 4 Big Ten teams ranked in the Top 25. Alabama leads the way at number 1, followed by Ohio State and Georgia. Remember last season, UW started their year at number 12, but fell out of the poll after a 1-3 start. Speaking of starts, Christian Watson was finally able to start his training camp. The second-round draft pick was one of 3 Packers taken off the PUP list yesterday. And Watson got some individual work in and was able to run some drills with Aaron Rodgers, which is good. But there's also a lot of missed time to make up, and Matt LaFleur knows he'll see exactly where his wideout is during these next couple of days.
You get a better indication when you get the call-it periods where there's no script, where you're just rattling off plays. That's when you really know if a guy has got it kind of locked down. I think that's even more difficult in training camp than it is going into a game.
With the Broncos signing Joe Schobert this morning, Mile High Stadium is turning into Camp Randall West. Schobert is the 3rd former Badger on the roster, joining Russell Wilson and Melvin Gordon in Denver. Schobert spent last season with the Steelers, where he racked up 112 tackles and an interception. Wisconsin volleyball is 11 days away from their season-opening road trip to Fort Worth, Texas, to take on TCU. And the reigning champs might be feeling a little snubbed heading into their match. The Badgers open up the season ranked 3rd in the preseason coaches poll, behind Nebraska, who they beat to win it all, and Texas. UW is one of 3 Big Ten teams ranked in the top 5 to begin the year. The French tour is nearing its end for the Wisconsin men's basketball team. The Badgers are at the South France part of their trip, where they'll spend their final 3 days of the 10-day journey. And before their final game, the guys spent the morning in Monaco exploring Monte Carlo. And as far as the game went, well, Wisconsin finished the trip 4-0 thanks to big performances from Jordan Davis and freshman Connor Essegen. The duo led the way with 14 points apiece. And if Jordan Davis can keep making that jump, they'll be fine.
A nice little trip for those guys, huh?
Yeah.
Monaco, Paris, Lyon.
I mean,
I wish I was with them.
Yeah, nice little gig, huh? Playing some hoops overseas. Quick final check of the forecast.
Yep, and we're just going to be smooth sailing until Friday. Got to make sure that we are staying weather aware, because we could have some rainy and stormy conditions heading to the weekend, guys.
All right, Julian, thanks. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here 9 to 10.